feeling? You're caving, looking for supplies, anything. You get the first glimpse. Is that cobble up there? And you see a zombie. You think to yourself, could it be? Then you notice the cobble's green, and it occurs to you, you've just stumbled upon a dungeon. So you run in. You quickly dispatch the enemies. You light her up. You check the loot. Fantastic. And then what do? You destroy the spawner. Wait! No. You leave the spawner because it's not too hard to turn this into this. That's right. Today we're going to take a look at how to turn a mob spawner into a mob grinder. So stay tuned while I gather my supplies and we'll start our build. Alright, first things first is you're going to want to go ahead and take care of all of the pesky zombies or monsters or whatever type of spawner you have. This kind of grinder works really well for skeletons and zombies, although you'd have to be a lot braver to tackle a skeleton spawner because they are pretty intense. Spider spawners are a little bit different because spiders are... I'm not going to say exactly how I feel about spiders. But, step 1, remove enemies. Step 2, remove goods. Alright, step 3. What you're going to want to do is your spawner will be the center of your room. Count 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. You want 4 blocks on either side, or on every side rather, of your spawner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just square up the room like so. Alright, all squared away. Something else you might want to note is it's good to have at least 2 blocks minimum is the height you need above your spawner to have spawns. But 1 higher is okay too. I went ahead and made it 3. Next step is you're going to need to decide where you want your zombies to flow, where you want your killing room to be. Do you want it to be this way, that way, that way, that way? We're going to go ahead and make it this way since there's already a pretty decent cave out there. And if you have any other entrances or exits to the room, block them off. Okay? Simple enough. Next step, dig down 2 blocks all the way around, including underneath your spawner. An important thing to note, as you are increasing the size of your room, you're going to be making more dark spots and your spawner may become active again, so use caution. Alright, next thing you need is going to be some water. You're going to need at least, I'd say, 2 buckets of water. You can technically do it with 1, but 2 is going to make it so much easier. If you're not playing a creative, I recommend going ahead and making an infinite water source. If you don't know how to do that, you make a 2x2 hole like so, and pour 1 in each corner, and you can take water from anywhere here, and it's never going to run out. Okay? Simple enough. Now, go to the far side away from where you want your zombies to flow and place a water source all along this wall until the entire wall is nothing but water sources, and it'll be flowing this way, which is exactly what your zombies will be doing whenever they drop into the water as well. Next thing you want to do on this 9th block right here where there's no water flowing, dig down 1. Alright. Now check where your spawner is. This is exactly the middle of your room, right here. Okay? Turn around, dig out. This is where your zombies are going to flow to. spider down there. We're not going to worry about him. Alright. Pour a block right there. Pour a block right there. And boom! You got a nice little hole for your zombies to pour through. At this point, you can go ahead and close off most of the spawning room. You're going to leave a little bit of room so you can get in to take out those torches and in case you need anything. But for right now, just in case they do start spawning in there, we're going to close that off a little bit. Now, zombies require approximately a 23 block fall to take them down to a half a heart of health. This will allow you to kill them with your bare hands. So next thing you need to do is get them to a height of 23 blocks. Now, important to note, you want your zombies to, or you want your killing room to be as close as possible to your spawning room to increase spawn rates. If you just dug down 23 blocks and made your killing room down there, you're going to get a zombie or two, but it's not going to be anywhere near the level that you could. So what I suggest is checking your coordinates. Obviously on Xbox, pull up a map. On the PC, good old F3. Check what your Y coordinate is right here. It's 54. And then go up 23 blocks. Alright, here we are on Y77. For the purpose of the spawner I was using, I actually had to build a little tower out of the ground because the spawner was so close to the surface. This is obviously fairly rare, so it's not anything you really need to worry about too much. But it does happen from time to time. Anyway, after you go up your 23 spots, dig over or build over, depending. Just 2 or 3. And then dig back down your 23 spots. Alright, here we are down our 23 spots. What you're going to want to do, this part actually is fairly optional, but I for one enjoy knowing or seeing how many zombies I'm killing. From your 23 block, dig down one more. This is where you're going to stand when you're going to kill them. This is where your zombies' feet, this is where your zombies' heads are going to be. Put a glass block right where you'd be standing right here so you can get to their feet, but they can't get back out. So, here's the hole. That's where they land. Block of glass so you can see. Ta-da. So at this point, you're probably thinking one of a couple things. You're either thinking to yourself, well, that's awesome. The zombies are just going to crawl up that hole. I didn't know they could do that. Or maybe you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I've seen a tutorial like this before. I know what's coming next. In which case, you're right. It's time to break out the signs and the buckets of water. I will warn you, this part does get incredibly frustrating. But it is what it is. What you need to do is place one sign right here, one sign right there, okay? Dump a bucket of water right here. Now, here's an interesting fact about mobs. Mobs do not want to die. They especially don't want to drown. So if you force them into a block of water like this, they're going to start jumping like so. So all you need to do is alternate every other block, assign. I'm going to put some torches up here. Assign every other block and then water. Like so. The way this is set up like this is so that the zombies will not drown because there is a block of air between every block of water. And they'll just keep swimming. You can use this method to transport mobs in a lot of different places. But for our purposes, we are going to transport them up to a height in which they will fall to their untimely doom. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Once again, if you're doing this legit, not on creative, you can dig a secondary tunnel right here that you fill in. There's the always fun swimming up and trying to place a sign, which can be frustrating. It's really up to you how you want to handle it. Oops. But just be patient and try not to get too frustrated. Alright, so you're up to the top here. This is where your zombies are going to be dying at, or they're going to arrive at, rather. If you get it space just right, there should be a sign right here on the top block, which is perfect. Place a block of water right here, which will float on top of the sign. Come over here. That sign is in the wrong spot. You want a sign right there. There we go. This will stop the water from from going any further. If you'd have placed the sign down there like I had, the zombies would have just stayed right here and kept swimming, and they would have never came down. That, my friends, in a nutshell, is the entire design. It's super simple. It's been around forever, but there's reason for that. It's effective. Last thing you're going to want to do is come in here, remove all sources of light. See, he's already gone down there. Pitch black. Make sure that's all sealed up. You can hear him already starting. Come over to your killing area. You might want to make sure that your area over here is secure, because something a lot of people like to do is they like to just leave the game sit for a little bit while the zombies accumulate. And that's all that there really is to it. You can leave your game sit and let the zombies accumulate for as long as you want. The zombies, no matter how many fit into this little one block hole, they will not kill each other or hurt each other. They will just sort of overlap and look sort of weird. So you let it sit for a bit, you come back, you start killing, you're raking the experience, and that's all there is to it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope the tutorial was simple enough for it. So until next time, have fun, and bye-bye.